I originally bought this quad for 40 bucks. Now it wasn't intended to get fixed. I was just going to pull the cylinder head, make a few bucks on it, and scrap the rest. But I found that this actually had good compression. So I tried out starting it. Here's a little short video of that. Now I'm gonna use my very expensive Can-Am Outlander jump box, and we'll see if she'll fire. See if, like La Quinta, we'll get the light on. Nothing. Mess with the switch, still nothing. Sound like our starter relay's going bad. Come on. Okay, maybe not the starter relay. Maybe it's the starter. She needs some love. Now she needs that action sauce. Don't catch on fire, don't catch on fire. That Primo exhaust right there making it sound so good. Lo and behold, this thing fires up. So I had a dilemma. What do I do with it? I mean, this is too rough. If I get on eBay and just buy the parts, I'm looking at probably $1,000, $1,200 worth of stuff. And I mean, running and driving, it's not worth that much anyways. A channel viewer reaches out and says, hey, I got a parts bike for that. And there she is. Yep, Krispy Kreme parts bike. Now this has straight racks on it. It has a straight front bumper on it. And it's got some other stuff that we need, like a fuel tank. This one's supposed to have just had the bolt broken off in the flywheel right there. Otherwise, it was a good running and riding machine, but it is a rusty and crusty turd. So here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna build the cheapest mud bike I can. Kind of a bummer. I wish they were red plastics or yellow plastics. Honestly, anything but the green, but can't beat $100 for this parts bike. I will sell the cylinder head, and by the time I sell the cylinder head, it'll cover most of my expenses for this. It was a 6.5 hour drive one way to get this. Not that I went down there just for that. We also went to the beach. So I made a trip out of it. We'll just call that equaled out. Now, I am not a big fan of all this green. Don't get me wrong, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I don't want the green. I'm thinking what we'll do is take a bunch of that stuff that's green and we're gonna paint it black. Some of it, I'm gonna go with dark gray. And I got a deep gloss clear coat to go with that. And I'm thinking dark gray racks. We can do some of these underbody parts with gray, but some of this stuff I'm just gonna take it to black. This is not going to be professional grade quality. This is the cheapest mud bike I can build. And you're probably looking at it like, man, neither one of these got tires. I got these for free not too long ago. They measure out to be about the size of a 28 inch BKT. But these are actual tractor tires on, I think my buddy said these were Ford Escort wheels. I know that's a 4x110 bolt pattern, so it'll bolt right up. It says the tire size on this is a 7-14. So we're gonna go with those for the wheels and tires. And hopefully this Honda will pull them because those ain't light. Now remember, the goal here is the cheapest mud bike, not the cleanest. Hell, it's not even the nicest. If you've been to these mud parks and seen these modern mud bikes, the tires alone are like 50 inches tall on a lot of these units. This right here is a beater. It is supposed to be for fun, and that's it. So I'm gonna start stripping this, and we are waiting on some parts. These fender flares, I do not have them yet. Some of this stuff is not in that great a shape. And I honestly don't know if this will be a keeper unit or if I will sell this unit. But we need to get these racks pulled and get them painted, because watching paint dry is probably gonna take the longest of all of this. And hopefully I can salvage some of this muffler. I can get rid of the heat shield, which that's what that looks like. It's just the heat shield's rotted. Well, scratch that. The muffler's rotted. And the muffler that's on here, well, let's just say that's gonna be a bit restrictive. All right, premium turd right here. So I went through and got rid of all the baby shit green or baby shit yellow. Honestly, I don't know. I don't even know what I'll call it. Ah, no, I didn't. Still got that. That's all right, no big deal, no big deal. I'll just take those off the other unit. They're already black and I ain't gonna paint them. But the gray turned out all right. It's got that gloss to it. I did not do as good of a job as I thought I could. I don't know if it's been a while or what, but I feel like I used to be better at spray painting. We got some black parts now. And before anyone comments about how this is some kind of half-ass fix and the paint job is a half-ass job, it is a $40 four-wheeler. It's not a $10,000 unit. The thing's not worth this much when it's done. So I don't care. That's it, plain and simple. Spray paint is plenty good enough for this unit. Is it gonna flake off? Yes. Is it gonna look like shit? Yes. Is it a 1998 Honda Foreman 400? Yes. So it'll work. Now I did run into some issues that I'm not going to send it because, well, that's how you ruin the diff. This bearing right here is shot. So I'm gonna have to replace this bearing and seal. Probably not a big deal on that one. I gotta figure some. Look at that exhaust. Look at it. Oh my gosh. So it's not even all coming through this. It's just shoved into that. Man, I need to get me some fabrication stuff because man, I'd rather just build an exhaust for this, but I don't have a welder or a pipe bender or skill for that matter. I could learn though. And we are going to need tie rod ends. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do new tie rod ends because if we're gonna do all this and take it out riding, I want it to be primo. I am glad that I've done what I've done on this because those front axle nuts were on finger tight. One of the rear axle nuts was on finger tight. One of them was all the way on. The one on the left side, it's like they were trying to get the play out of it. I don't know. What else was it? There was something else that was barely even on here. Oh, one of the shocks. It wasn't even bolted down. One of the rear shocks. It was on there by just gravity. The four-wheeler's weight was holding the gravity of that thing down. So now we're going to get this put together. My wife's been getting these plastics taken off of this crusty thing. I think we're gonna actually have to put this up there. I might not though. I might go with like a light bar in its place. Let me know what you think, because I don't care about the speedometer, the odometer, and all that. And I could just mount it right here on this, and I'd probably get away with using the mounting plates from that one. What do y'all think about that? Putting just a light bar up here. It needs a little bit more than I thought it would. Plus side, the rear brakes work, which is weird. All right, while I'm waiting on paint to dry and parts to come in, I want to get y'all's opinion on this. All right, so I bought this a few days ago. And it looks rougher than it is. That's the big catch. It's the thing that sucks the most, is this thing looks a lot rougher than it is, especially in the photos. And this video right now. This is a 2009 Kawasaki Mule 4010 Trans Mule. It has a worn winch on it. Now, I picked this thing up for $400. And if you look at that, yep, That's a diesel. These tires are completely trash. None of them will take air. So this thing has been sitting for some time. And originally I bought this thinking, okay, it's a gas mule. I just up and went. 400 bucks for one of these. It was on a local page. It was like an hour drive over. I think I spent like 50 bucks in fuel round trip or whatever, something like that. He didn't mention it being diesel. I thought, all right, we'll go. Just go. I get there. I didn't ask any questions. Got there, and then I asked questions. Turns out he didn't have the bed. He said he bought it like this from a, an estate sale. Now this is 1,700 hours, almost 1,800, 9,100 miles, and this is a power steering unit. I don't know anything about diesels. I do know that these cases aren't exactly the easiest thing to come by. And they're 700 or 800 bucks on eBay alone. So I thought, all right, I'll throw this thing on Marketplace for 900 bucks and it'll sell extremely quickly. It'll sell 24, 48 hours max, nothing. I've gotten a bunch of offers. I've gotten a couple offers for like 200 bucks, 400 bucks. There was one dude who was really trying to get it for $500, but I mean, I'd rather part it out. Another thing I did notice when I was loading it up, there's no radiator or fan. One dude, it seemed like it was a deal breaker that it was missing the fan, which is weird because the fan's still available, although not cheap. It's missing the battery, and I know the motor turns over. I have no idea what's wrong with it. I tried to start it with starting fluid, nothing. So what's y'all's opinion? Should I fix this? I have absolutely no way to get this extremely heavy mule in my shop unless I put tires on it. And then I could wheel it in the shop if the brakes aren't locked up too, because it does not want to roll. That's why it's out here. To get it off the trailer, I just chained it to the tree and drug it off. It winches up there just fine. So let me know what y'all think. If I had the fabrication skills or something like that, I probably would, fix something like that, turbo it and make it cool. But I'll be honest with you, I don't know anything about that. Like, cause in my head, that lifted with like a stack on it or something like that, just for fun. Y'all don't crucify me in the comments, but just for fun and making it to where it'll like roll coal like those high school kids do. That would be fun. Look at that. Carvana still hasn't came and got that. It's been here for like a month. Check this out. I picked this up earlier today. Yep, this is redemption from last week. Let's see, are there still wasps in here? They're still right there. Most of them, there was a lot more because it was up here on the lid. I'm not going in depth on this one though. Y'all gotta wait and see the video for this one. I'll just give you a little sneaky peeky. Well, this sucks because it is Saturday. I was expecting parts to come in. Absolutely nothing came in. And we're missing a bunch. That's where this video is gonna end. But being that we're ending it on this note, I want y'all's opinion on some stuff that y'all would do here. So maybe y'all could spitball some ideas to me. Should this get a lift? I'm pretty sure I could clear those tires without a lift. But there was something to do with being able to put the rear shocks from this Foreman on the front of this and then put something else on the rear. I don't remember. I have to look back into that. I screenshotted it on my phone somewhere. This exhaust situation, because this one over here, it is trash. Every bit of that's rusted out. Yeah, no. Should I do, because they make like a standard niche Chinesian brand exhaust for this. But I don't know, part of me wants to put like an aftermarket loud exhaust on it. What do you think should happen there? Because I'm still waiting on everything. Like nothing came. Nothing came. And this video is gonna launch tomorrow. And none of my parts came. Oh, I take that back. The airbox came. The airbox lid. Y'all stay tuned for the second part of this video. It's what would y'all do to this Foreman 400? Because I know every Honda I've done has gotten so much love on the channel. So just if you were building, just project mud bike, what would you do? And the viewer I bought the Honda Foreman parts bike from, he's got a ton of this stuff to get rid of. He's trying to move, there's a lot of quads out there, just somewhere between San Antonio and Houston, Texas. If you're in the middle between that and you're trying to buy some ugly four-wheeler parts bikes, y'all be sure to give him a shout.